Hello, welcome back, and let's talk about IGN in France. As you guys know, IGN came out with an article not too long ago talking about Stellar Blade and how it was not so good for Eve's design. I will be linking the video in the description if you want to see that later. And then the internet did what it does best and revolted and told the guy how much of an idiot he was for having that opinion. And I have to agree, that was a really dumb take. Not for his opinion, but for the examples he used in the article. Again, I'm not going to go over everything here. You can look in the link in the description to look at that video. Turns out there was so much backlash on the article that IGN had to backpedal on their article. And France, historically known for surrendering, this dude decided to make a stand and double down on his previous opinion. IGN France editor-chief Erwin Lafleury implies Eve's design in Stellar Blade is killing women and accuses gamers of becoming too fragile due to being fed the patriarchy. Interesting how a game that is not even out yet or hasn't been talked about publicly except for the last couple of months has contributed to the hundreds and hundreds of years of femicide. But you know what? This is it. This is the reason why women get beaten. It's because of Stellar Blade. It's because she's simply too hot to handle. Let's read the article. As brought to public attention by former World of Warcraft team lead Mark Ken, in a now deleted comment on IGN's France Stellar Blade preview, Lafleur, who also happens to be the author of Fallout: A Tale of Mutation, responds to a comment made by a user who stated, "It's a shame that women also like this character design. Guys who are afraid of hypersexualization as if it were dirty, long live the Neo Puritans." As translated by X user top899 and shared by X by Ken, Lafleur responded, "Yes, no problem. Go tell that to the women who are hit, killed, denigrated, who commit suicide because they cannot live to the fictional standard expected by men." First off, I don't know if you guys have ever had girlfriends. I'm not talking about someone you're dating. I'm talking about an actual female friend. Listen about how they speak to one another when they're around, and then listen how they talk about each other when they're not around. I have never seen anyone tear down a woman quicker, harder, and faster than another woman. I have seen this with my own eyes, where a girl walks in, Girl A goes, "Oh my god, bestie, I can't believe, I'm so happy to see you. Oh my god, wow, I love you so much." And then as soon as that girl is gone, Girl A is like, "I can't stand Girl B. She's a toxic person. I could never believe she would wear something like that in public." Also backhanded compliments. "You're so brave to go out looking like that. I would never be seen in something like that." Again, I'm not saying that men don't do it. I'm saying that the people that tear women down their looks the most is by far other women. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of flack for that. That's okay. I said what I said, and I'm gonna stick to it. No one tears down another woman's self-esteem like another woman. And what's up with this unrealistic body standard set by men? Again, this character is designed. The design is based off of a real life supermodel. She is a supermodel. She's not supposed to look regular. That's why you have the prefix super. We're gonna go on Grub's Twitter real quick, and then you just look at the comments right here. Boom, look at this. This is Eve, and this is the model that she's modeled after. I don't know why people have such a hard time look at these. Boom, boom. Look at her over here, okay? I definitely see a little bit more thickness around the thighs than on her thighs, but it's not like it's not like Ariel from the animated series and Ariel from the new live action movie of Disney. It's not that big of a departure from the original idea. It's still pretty close. It's not that far from it. So that immediately dismantles the argument that it's an unrealistic body standard when the character model is literally a 3D model of an actual person. Is this person a supermodel? Yes, they are a supermodel. But you know what? That's why they were chosen. I don't want to to stare. I don't want to stare at some regular person on my screen if I'm going to be spending like 20, 30 hours on a game. Okay? When I make my own characters in game, I tend to make them a little bit more jacked than I am. I'm 6'3" and I'm 145 pounds. I don't want to be a dude with a giant greatsword at 145 pounds. When I'm playing Elden Ring, I want to be a dude that's kind of jacked, that's moving his greatsword around like it's a feather. Is that such a big deal? Is that such a big deal? Okay, and with this article, you guys are acting like only women have to suffer with unrealistic body standards. Name an action hero, right? Okay, let's what's this really popular show right now? Jack Reacher, I think it's called Jack Reacher. There, okay. Look at this. Look at oh god. Look at all these pictures and tell me where do you see this as a realistic body standard for the average guy? Okay? Boom. This is your average Hollywood actor. This is what they look like in action films. I have the same kind of pressure you do, except I don't whine about it. And I definitely don't blame women for this, right? Because you know who's watching this show? You know who funds the show? Men do. Men watch the show, which is why there's a season 2 coming out, which is why they keep pumping out. Which is why they keep pumping out more shows with guys that look like that, because guys are watching. We are our own biggest enemy, and the sooner we realize that, the sooner we can start enjoying our games more, and the sooner we can stop getting dumb takes like this Monsieur Lafleur. He continued, the problem is not the sexy design itself, except that it sucks compared to others, but hey, that doesn't matter. If it doesn't matter, why did you bring it up? Why are you so butthurt on this character's design? And you're from France. It's like you guys were showing nip before anyone else on all of your art. And again, like I mentioned in my previous video, you guys have sugar called daddy. Okay? Let's not pretend like you guys are not a hypersexualized society to begin with. When your sugar's called daddy. The percentage of males who will only want this type of fictional body in reality. Obviously, we understand that this does not shock people who think that women are objects who must obey and be beaten. How far are you going to reach to make your point? No one has mentioned anything about women being beaten. Also, you're playing as a female character doing crazy impressive feats of strength, agility, and speed. This is a very woman empowering kind of video game. As a bonus, she looks hot. And you know what? I'm willing to bet that most people that buy this game do not think women are supposed to be beaten and battered. But that's just my guess. That's just my guess. This design makes us sigh and roll our eyes, and we laugh at anyone who needs it, man or woman, but that's it. Who is saying that they need it? Shift Up decided to make the design, and we said, thank you. We like the design. No one demanded Shift Up to put this in, right? This is not a Spider-Man 2 where Sweet Baby was like put in a bunch of garbage MJ missions. This is not Suicide Squad where they said he gave all the Justice League members a terrible death and then gave Wonder Woman a heroic death. This is not a situation of a developer needing to put a bunch of bull in their games to appease the masses. This was Shift Up, a relatively small studio with not a lot of backing that made their game and all of a sudden got a bunch of hype because of what their female character looked like. This game is not going to sell well because Eve looks good. This game is going to sell well because the character looks good, so a lot of eyes are on it. A lot of people are talking about it, there's more eyes on it. The developers decided to release a demo for the game because they knew what they were putting out was going to be a good product and they trusted in it. Suicide Squad, no demo. Game came out, complete disaster. This game came out, gave us a demo. And then people are going to talk about it when the game releases. We're gonna get a bunch of reviews. If they're positive, the game is gonna sell and it's gonna break. I wouldn't be surprised if the game sells over 1 million copies on opening weekend. I believe it's currently #1 in pre-orders in almost every country for PlayStation for the month of April. So that's why the game is gonna sell. It's not because Eve is hot. It's because everybody's talking about it, and so far, what the developers have shown us is actually interesting. Would you look at that? The developers are giving us something that looks interesting for real. Lafleur concludes that certainly clashing remarks in the text, which targets the entire creative process, not necessarily a specific designer or the game director. This is obvious to anyone who knows little French, only has the impact because a good portion of gamers have become too fragile due to being fed the patriarchy. That was a personal jab. You specifically, and I read French, I read it and I speak it. You said that the designer seemed like someone who had never seen a woman. You're the one who made it personal. Don't act like you're the victim now. If you had completely kept your review based off of the way the game played, the performance of the game, the graphic fidelity of the game, the frame rate of the game, the music, people wouldn't have had an issue. But you decided to make it personal. So now we, the people, are going to make it just as personal. Monsieur Lafleur, this is one of the worst takes of 2024, but there's still a lot more left of the year to go, so I look forward to seeing any more terrible takes that IGN has to say. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'm still very excited for Stellar Blade. Do you agree with Mr. Lafleur? If you do, let me know in the comment section down below. And while you're down there, be sure to like, favorite, share, and ding that notification button. Before you head out, I am trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Something I literally can't do without you guys. If you don't want to help, remember, at the end of the day, I'm just some guy on the internet, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. If you want to see more of my face, click on one of the videos you see right now.